Guys, we're getting into some serious pickup territory. It's time for March pickups. I have stuff from Facebook. I have stuff from Shop Goodwill. I have stuff from Cinema Sickness. I have stuff from Second and Charles. Package from Amazon. Packages from eBay. A package from Groove. A package from a Shout Sale. A package from Kino Lorber. And a holy grail, thanks to a trade with Ben. You're not going to want to miss this video, guys. We're diving right in. I'm going to try to be as quick as possible because I have two massive stacks of stuff to show you guys. And first up is going to be Facebook stuff. So, got some DVDs here from Facebook, some wrestling stuff, a few movies. And some of the movies just really have me curious. And I'm under the mindset recently of keeping movies, especially on DVD, that either have really expensive Blu-rays or don't have Blu-rays at all, at least to watch them one time, to check them out. And we're going to dive right in. The first thing here caught my eye because I love watching the movies of National Lampoon. Even though most of them are horrific, I've watched some really, really terrible ones, stuff like Gold Diggers. I can't even remember some of the ones I've watched. I've watched too many of them to name, sadly. And this one intrigues me because it's about golf, which I love, and it has little kids in it. And it is National Lampoon's Golf Punks, starring Tom Arnold there. I don't recognize any of the little kids. I probably should have looked at like the cast list to see if there's like a kid who grew up to be a super big star in this one. I'm expecting to watch this once and have it be awful and get rid of it, but I needed to check this one out. So I don't think I've seen it. Maybe I have, but wanted to check it out. This one just has a really interesting premise and a really good cast, so wanted to check this one out. I know this is on Blu-ray. Stars James Earl Jones, Vanessa Hudgens, Rosario Dawson, and Brendan Fraser, and is a movie called Gimme Shelter. Like I said, it looks really interesting. I do want to check this one out. Sounds like it's really good, so I'm curious about that. Another movie, I believe this is out of print. I think this disc had some light scratches, but it has some scratches, so hopefully it'll play okay. But it is out of print, so I am curious about it. And the cast list, once again, caught my attention because it stars Alan Rickman, Josh Hartnett, Crazy Joe's favorite, Rachel Lee Cook, I want to say Bill Nighy is in it, Heidi Klum is in it, Natasha Richardson. It is a movie called Blow Dry. Do not know much about this one at all, but an interesting premise, a loaded cast. I at least want to check it out before I sell it. So that is it for the movie parts, the movie part of the Facebook stuff. I'll have to be careful with how I show that. So now we have some random wrestling titles, and I think a lot of these are from like Pro Wrestling Crates, but I got them for such a fantastic price. They were like $1 or $2 each. First one is Best of Rise Wrestling. And just a few names that I'll throw out, just that I recognize. Deanna Purrazzo, Kylie Ray, Tony Storm, Shotzi Blackheart, Tessa Blanchard, Mercedes Martinez are all featured on this one. So yes, as a wrestling fan, definitely want to check this out. I'll probably give it a one-time watch and then sell it. Next up is Neon Knights. This is from February of 2018, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla show. Brody King, Dalton Castle, Joey Janela, Zack Sabre Jr., Riddle, Keith Lee, Chuck vs. Trent, the Best Friends. So you wrestling fans will recognize a lot of those names, especially if you're AEW fans. There's a lot of people on there. So, and these wrestling DVDs are all brand new, factory sealed. So that's a cool addition. Taya Valkyrie, Wera Loca. She's married to John Morrison in real life. Taya, and she wrestles Tessa Blanchard, Mia Yim. A mixed match with PJ Black against Super Panda and Luchasaurus. Once again, I know of her work. I'm a fan of her wrestling. She was awesome in Lucha Underground. So I wanted to add that. And then we're going to do this very cautiously. This one's open. And this is Joey Ryan's Party. We'll do the end of the word if you want. You guys can guess what it is. So Joey Ryan's Nis Party from New York 2019. This features Joey Ryan, Val Venus, Scarlett Bordeaux, Priscilla Kelly, the Lucha Brothers, Taya Valkyrie and John Morrison, Tommy Dreamer, The Best Friends, Colt Cabana, Matt Stryker, David Arquette, Timothy Thatcher, Shark Boy, Puma King. So lots of familiar faces and names on this show. And I don't know if it's blurry or not. Let's try to. But I figured why not add that to the collection to check out one time. That would be tough to list on eBay. I would have to figure out the appropriate wording to get that listed. So next up, let's do the couple things I got from Second and Charles. This is when I went with Bridget and RJ, and we bumped into Dave and Chris. Had no idea he was going to be there. This was in the dollar bin. The case was destroyed, but I just switched out the cases. And it is the biography of Bob Saget, and we found this shortly after, or I found this shortly after he had passed away. It's a 47-minute biography of him, so I thought it would be, nice to check out and watch. Like I said, he grew up in Philadelphia, which I've lived in this area all my life, and wanted to check this out. Grew up watching Full House. The other thing I got from Second and Charles is a movie that didn't know anything about it. It caught my eye because it was a Kino Lorber film. This was $8.95, and I believe is it written and directed by him? Hold on. I have piles and I don't want you guys to see what's here. So let's see if I can do this without. So I still have the price thing on there. I paid $8.95 for it. Written and directed by Taika Waititi, and is a film called Boy. So don't know much about this one, but it has Taika Waititi in it. So of course I wanted to check it out because I'm a fan of what I've seen of his, and I think he stars in it as well. So I don't know much about it. It has lots of praise. It won Sundance Award, AFI Fest Award, a Sydney Film Award, so lots of film festival love for Boy. Let me know if you guys have seen this one, if I should push this up to watch list, but I'm very curious to check this one out. Next up, let's do the stuff I got from, I'm really excited about the stuff I got from Dave. Let's do the stuff I got from Dave, Cinema Sickness. So I paid $30 for these 4 titles. So paid up for some of them, but there's some really good titles here. Some of the stuff goes for a lot more than that. He gave me a really good deal. The first is a movie I've been wanting to check out. I want to say this came out in 2020. There's a movie called Profile that was put out by Universal, all done on like a laptop screen, like movies like Unfriended. This is actually still brand new, sealed. So definitely want to check this one out. Looks like the case is a bit destroyed, but still sealed. So it comes with that digital copy that I'll hopefully recoup some of my paid out price for. This is a show I've never seen. I've also wanted to read the book. I've heard great things. I know it stars James Franco and Chris Cooper. I'm trying to remember who else is in this. I know it was a limited series. There's a digital code in here. I'm not sure if that's still good. Cherry Jones, Lucy Fry, Josh Duhamel are all in this series, but it is 11/22/63. So yes, I've been wanting to check this one out. I've heard fantastic things. I know the book is like massive, so I'm hoping the show will maybe want me to check out that book even more so, because I do own the book, and I think it's only 400 minutes, so it's not a super long series. Next up is an A24 movie that I don't believe I've ever seen. Has a fun cast. Sounds like a pretty fun premise. I believe the copy Dave sold me was sealed, and I might have had an open one that I was going to flip, and I kept the open one because I want to watch it. But it's an A24 movie with the slipcover starring Haley Steinfeld, Thomas Mann, Sophie Turner, Dove Cameron, Jessica Alba, and Samuel Jackson. It has a movie called Barely Lethal. Like I said, it's an A24 movie. Curious to check this one out. I don't think I've seen it. It doesn't sound familiar to me. But yeah, Barely Lethal, an A24 film. And last but not least, I teased this movie in a recent review video. Said I got it to add to the collection. Didn't realize when I got it from Dave that it was brand new sealed. This movie's outstanding. Cannot recommend it enough. I've praised it so much recently. It would be in my top 10 of 2021. And it has a movie called 9 Days, starring Benedict Wong, Winston Duke, Zazie Beetz, Bill Skarsgård. Who else am I forgetting? Those are pretty much the big names. Tony Hale is the other bigger name in this. So just an amazing movie, one I highly recommend checking out. Like I said, this was brand new, factory sealed, so 9 days. So thank you to Dave for that stuff. And then this stuff was all from a Shop Goodwill deal I bought. So I'm into these at under $4 a title, and I've recouped more than that. So technically they don't cost me anything, but the cost average on them was $3.88, and that's what I put into my app because I keep track of what I pay for stuff and where I get it. Some Blu-rays and a 4K here. The first Blu-ray is a DC animated movie I did not own, and that is Injustice. This, like I said, brand new sealed with the slip. The slip has some wear. I need to watch DC animated movies. I'm not even going to hover on that. This is a movie Bridget loves. She showed it to me. Really good musical, fantastic music. Wanted to add this to the collection because I know Bridget's a huge fan, and we had to watch it on streaming, and that is Rent. Rosario Dawson is in this one. Idina Menzel, Anthony Rapp, Adam Pascal, and it's a musical by, oh my gosh, what's his name? This was directed by Christopher Columbus, not the sailor, but the guy who did the first couple of Harry Potters. Why can't I think of the guy? Tick, tick, boom. Oh my God. Jonathan Larson. Thank you, Synopsis, for helping me with that. So Rent, add that to the collection. This looks interesting. A different type of movie for Tiffany Haddish, but having Billy Crystal alongside, who I believe also directed the movie. Penn Badgley is in this one. So it looks interesting. It has an interesting premise. Shop Goodwill gets these quite a bit, so I don't know what the deal is with it, but a brand new sealed copy of Here Today. I believe Billy Crystal suffers from, is it Alzheimer's he's dealing with? He's a comedy writer and he's sick, I believe. And they just have a bond. Like Tiffany Haddish plays a lounge singer. So it looks interesting. I've seen the trailer. It looks like it'll be a decent watch, at least for a one-time watch. This is a movie I need to revisit, a movie that gets a lot of praise, that I enjoyed quite a bit. I know Bridget hasn't seen this. Another A24 movie, a movie by the Safdie brothers who did Uncut Gems, which I loved. Actually stars one of the Safdie brothers along with Robert Pattinson, and that is Good Time with the slipcover. And like I said, brand new, factory sealed. Glad to add this in the collection. Need to rewatch this one sooner than later. And then probably the coolest of the Shop Goodwill finds, was able to upgrade my Blu-ray finally. I was going to get the Criterion of this and decided that I really didn't want to spend the $20 on this movie, even though I enjoyed it quite a bit. Got rid of my regular Blu-ray already since I upgraded to 4K here with the slipcover, and that is Parasite. Fantastic Best Picture winner. Still brand new sealed with slip. So add that to the collection, get rid of my Blu-ray, and upgrade this to 4K. Time to dive into the packages, guys. We're already 14 minutes in. I make sure my phone down to 38%, but we're going to make this fairly quick. First thing here is from Amazon, and this is a DVD and a Blu-ray. I have since watched the Blu-ray here, have not yet watched the DVD, and it's a movie that's been on my to-watch list for like 20 plus years now. I actually saw it while out hunting yesterday, and I was like, man, I bought that recently. It was $4.99 on Amazon. I was like, I still need to watch this movie because I've been curious about this for years and years. And it's a film directed by Robert Redford called Quiz Show, based on the true life story. I believe this was nominated for like Best Picture and Best Director. I've been wanting to watch this so long. I'm going to prioritize this. I'm going to watch this soon. I'm going to push this up to the top of the list because I love game shows, and this is about like a scandal behind a very famous game show. I know it stars Ralph Fiennes and John Turturro. Really want to see Quiz Show. The other thing I bought from Amazon was $12.99, and I'm so glad I bought it because it was absolutely fantastic. Sean Baker was amazing with Florida Project. I recently got to watch Tangerine, which I enjoyed, and checked out this movie from 2021, and it was great, and that is Red Rocket, a newer A24 release, starring Simon Rex. Yes, that's Simon Rex from 1990s MTV fame, and this is just an outstanding movie. I'm not even going to go into premise because you should just go into this movie blind, watch it. It is R-rated. There's some adult stuff in it that is not going to be for everybody, but I highly recommend checking out Red Rocket. And for $12.99, I was very happy with this blind buy. I have a few eBay pickups here. I paid $13 for this one and $3.50 for this one. Which one do we want to do? We'll do the $3.50 one first. So this was $3.50. I'm a fan of this band. My dad brought me up listening to them. I got to see these guys in concert front row at Veterans Stadium when I was like 9 years old. And this is a documentary about the rehearsal for their last tour. And it's a Kino Lorber release. And for $3.50, I had to pick it up. And it is Genesis, The Last Domino, which is their tour. Phil Collins is in awful health shape. He has to perform on a bench or a stool now. He can't stand up. He can't drum anymore because of health issues. So it's like an hour documentary about them preparing for the tour. So grab that, $3.50. I mean, just to ship it to me, Media Mail was $3.19. So I don't know how the seller sold this to me. And it's brand new sealed. The plastic's starting to come off, but it is brand new factory sealed from Kino Lorber. And this also got from eBay. It had horrible timing, in my opinion, that I bought this because soon after this, I believe, if I remember correctly, Taylor Hawkins passed away. I keep forgetting I was supposed to open this because there's a loose disc. So it's brand new sealed, and it is Sound City, which was a documentary about Sound City Studios and what it meant to the music business, what it meant to Dave Grohl in particular, who interviewed a bunch of magicians, musicians. There's an excellent soundtrack that came out about this, tied to this movie. The Blu-ray is nice and clean. So, Sound City, I paid $13.50 for this. It was on my wish list. Features Dave Grohl, Neil Young, Tom Petty, Stevie Nicks, Trent Reznor, Rick Rubin, Mick Fleetwood, Lars Ulrich, John Fogerty, Rick Springfield, Josh Homme, Frank Black, Pat Smear, Barry Manilow, Lindsey Buckingham, Chris Novoselic, and Paul McCartney. If you guys aren't familiar with music, I guarantee you recognized at least a third of those names just in passing. So a fantastic documentary that I've seen before, but wanted to add this to the collection, especially as a music fan. So, and plus it has like 45 minutes of bonus features. So Sound City, brand new factory sealed. Next up, I grabbed this from Groove. $11.20 is what I paid. I don't remember what it is. Okay. This was a blind buy for me. One of the couple Oscar movies we hadn't yet seen and we wanted to watch. So I decided to pull the trigger and order Belfast. It was an enjoyable Oscar type movie, directed and written, I believe, by Kenneth Branagh and starring Jamie Dornan and Judi Dench. And Jude Hill was the young kid in this movie, the best part of the movie, hands down. So Belfast, grab this on Blu-ray. I'll be talking about this in a review video soon, if I remember my timetable correctly. So Belfast on Blu-ray. Water. It's time for the Shout Factory. and then we'll do Kino last, because that was probably we still have the trade. All right, so this is from the Shout Select sale. Does it have what I paid on here? They actually had a Shout sale where there was stuff that caught my eye enough so that I ordered from them, and I normally don't order from Shout Factory, but there was enough in this sale that caught my eye, and the prices were good enough that I was I wanted to pull the trigger on some stuff. So the first thing here was at the request of my girlfriend. She really wanted this movie. I tried to buy it for her on an Amazon sale a while ago, and it was unavailable when I went to order. And it's a film I've never seen called The Incredible Shrinking Woman, which stars Lily Tomlin, Charles Grodin, and Ned Beatty. This being the Shout Select release. So I don't know much about it. This was Bridget asked for it, and I got it for her because she's amazing. And if she wants a movie, I'm going to get it for her. Next up is a film I've never seen with a loaded cast. I know there's a sequel that I heard isn't good, but I know this movie has lots of praise. It's also a very dark film from what I've heard, and that is Havoc. This is also a Shout Select version. This stars Anne Hathaway, Bijou Phillips, Freddie Rodriguez is also in this. Laura San Giacomo? Yeah, I think that's how you say her name. Giacomo. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt are all in this one. And this is unrated, I believe. I don't think this is a rated film. I know it's at least R, if not unrated. So, Havoc. This was an upgrade for me from DVD. A childhood classic. Also Shout Select. Starring Luke Edwards, the wizard himself. And that is Little Big League, the Shout Select Blu-ray. So I got to upgrade my DVD, which actually recently sold. And then this was the one I was most excited about. I've been wanting to check out this documentary for a while, especially since watching Dark Side of the 90s. And that is a film called Hype, the Shout Select version of this as well. So these are all Shout Selects. It's basically a documentary about the grunge scene. Features Mudhoney, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, the Melvins, Soundgarden, and many more. So 4 Shout Selects, if you guys are spine snobs, 34, 31, 120, and 122. Added all those to the collection. Next up, Kino Lorber stuff, and this should have prices on it. Yes, it does. Let's see, we're going to lower these. Alright. We can see. Alright, give me a second. Let me rearrange here. So, I always send like the links to Bridget and see if there's stuff she's interested in. She added this one, which had caught my eye because of the young actor on the bottom in the middle here. And that is a movie called The Favor, starring Bill Pullman and a young Brad Pitt. This is from 1994, so added that to the collection. Another Kino. Love the Kino releases. Need to watch more Kino Lorber for sure. What else do we have here? I did not put these in order like I usually do. I'm losing them. Another title Bridget asked for. This was $9.99. That was $4.99. I don't know if I said that for The Favor. This was $9.99, and it is a movie called Farewell, My Queen. Don't know much about that one. Can't tell you guys much about that. This one has a good cast. You got Bette Midler, Nathan Lane, Stockard Channing, David Hyde Pierce, John Cleese, Amanda Peet from 2000. This one was $5.99. Isn't She Great? Like I said, don't know much about that one either, but a nice cast. It also stars John Larroquette, according to the back. Jeffrey Ross, Christopher McDonald, so a really loaded cast. This one looks like a lot of fun. I've never seen this, but once again, another great cast. $8.99, starring Dom DeLuise, Gilda Radner, and Gene Wilder. Yeah, this just looks like it'll be fun. Haunted Honeymoon. Never have heard of it, never have seen it, so curious to check that one out. Looks like it'll be a fun watch. from 1986. Next up is a classic Hitchcock movie, one that I've never seen. This was $9.99. I believe based on the John Steinbeck book, according to the front, and has a movie called Lifeboat from 1944. Excuse me, have not seen this one. I really need to get more into Hitchcock. I wish I had more time to watch movies. I keep buying them, and there's so much I need to see for the first time. Next up is a 1995 flick from Spike Lee. This one was $9.99. I had on DVD. Upgraded it buying the Blu-ray, which I told myself I would stop doing. This one stars Harvey Keitel, John Turturro, Delroy Lindo, Mekhi Phifer, Keith David, and Isaiah Washington. It's a film called Clockers. Have not seen this. These are all blind buys for me except for one. So, next up on my Joaquin Phoenix to watch list, although technically, I guess for this one, it should say my Leaf Phoenix to watch list. It also stars Kate Capshaw, Kelly Preston, and Leah Thompson from 1986, and that is a film called Space Camp. I've never seen this one. I know a lot of 80s kids like this movie a lot, very nostalgic, so I'm wondering, not growing up watching this, if it's going to be a good watch or if it's going to be rough for me to get through. So Space Camp from 1986 with a very young Joaquin Phoenix. This is a classic that I've never seen. I was pretty excited to get these last two movies with slipcovers. This one I paid $15.99 for a 4K with slipcover from 1963. This is a long one. This is like 3 hours. But when I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it made me really want to watch this film. And that is the movie The Great Escape, here on 4K, the Kino Lorber 4K with slip. Really want to check this out. Obviously, you got Steve McQueen, you got James Garner, Richard Attenborough, James Donald, Charles Bronson, James Coburn, and Donald Pleasance. So I want to check this one out. I need to watch more classics. I need to watch more movies and have no free time and just not sleep. That's what I need to do. And the big selling point of the sale for me was to get this movie. The fact that it came with the slip was amazing. I was awaiting this coming out on Blu-ray, as I love this movie. Just an amazing performance by Jim Carrey in this film. And this was $11.99, and it is Man on the Moon, starring Jim Carrey. The story of Andy Kaufman. Stars Courtney Love, Danny DeVito, Paul Giamatti, and of course just an amazing lead performance by Jim Carrey. So I was pumped when it showed up with the slip. Was not expecting that. I'm just glad to own this on Blu. I already got rid of my DVD because this is an exciting upgrade for me. Last but not least, guys, is my trade with Ben. Second month in a row I've done a trade with him. And this one came out of left field. There was, I think, one thing on my eBay store that he was interested in. And we went back and forth trying to come up with a price that was fair. And I offered $40 plus an item in trade for this. The most I've spent on a title in a long time, I think, especially a catalog title. But if you guys know the Blu-ray of this movie, you know it's extremely rare. There's lots of bootlegs on it. This is a legit Anchor Bay release of this movie. Once again, he bagged it up. He sent it in protective case. And it was a movie I grew up watching. I had on DVD, was able to, sell that off and recoup some of the money I put out for this. And that is Dutch, the Ed O'Neill, Ethan Embry, also known as Ethan Randall in this film, / written by John Hughes, Thanksgiving classic. This is Holy Grail territory. Didn't think I was going to own the Dutch Blu-ray in my collection. It was right up there with stuff like Airheads, which I don't think I'll ever get on Blu-ray because of the price of the title. I was content owning this on DVD. But when he said, how about $40, or I offered $40 in the trade, and he said yes, I was pumped to add this to the collection. So, Dutch on Blu-ray, guys, in the collection, Holy Grail territory. And that is it, guys. That's enough. That is everything I bought in the month of March. And wait till you see April. I'm telling you. Here, I don't even want to show you the bin. It is one of those big Rubbermaid bins. The thumbnail is going to be insane. It's probably just going to be the bin, and you're not going to be able to see me. And it's going to just have April 2021 or 2022. This is 22 still. Thank you guys for watching. I'm exhausted. I want to relax. I've spent way too long recording videos today. I should have relaxed on this Memorial Day. But thank you to everybody who's watched. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if so. Check out my social links down below in the description, as well as links to my eBay store, Bluray.com profile, Letterboxd profile where I rate and review all the movies I watch, Amazon wishlist, P.O. box, and email address. All can be found down below. And that is it, guys. So thank you for watching this video. Until next time, who's down to movie, baby?